morning and welcome to a little bit of makeup and a whole lot of Jesus. We're going to be spending about the next 45 minutes together putting on our makeup and learning a Bible verse. So we got some beauty on the inside. Beauty on the outside, but a whole lot of beauty on the inside. And our focus verse for this podcast is going to be Psalm 119, verse 11. I have hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. And again, that's Psalm 119, verse 11. This actually comes from a vacation Bible school. I think I shared this a long time ago, but it comes from a vacation Bible school that I did like years ago. And there was a song that went with. So literally every time I say this verse, I sing this song in my head. I have hidden your word in my heart. Thump, thump. That I may not sin against you. So those vacation Bible school songs definitely come back in handy even as an adult. All right, so all of our verses this season are going to be coming from the Word in Color coloring book. So you can see that QR code there on your screen. There's also the link as well. That's in our website, so you can get that. I think it's even in our video notes, so our podcast notes. So make sure to check that out if you don't already have your copy so that you can journal along with us with that coloring book. Our verse that we had last week. Now let me get this off the screen there. There we go. The verse that we had last week, I loved the graphic image for that. It was, there will be showers of blessing, and that comes from Ezekiel 34:26. So if you didn't get a chance to memorize that verse, that's all right. You got the whole rest of your lifetime to make that happen. So just keep reviewing through all the verses, which we'll do at the end of the podcast as well. And that will help you to treasure these verses so that you have them accessible to you at any given notice for yourself for encouragement or for those around you as well. All right, so our verse that we're going to be working on this week, we are going to go, let me get it back up there. There we go. We're going to be headed back into Psalms, and this week we're going to be, He refreshes my soul, and that's Psalm 23, or 28:3? I can't read it. 23:3. And this is our image that we're going to be working on this week. I love that. So are you going to choose for those to be limes, lemons, grapefruits? What you got? What is your blood oranges? What is your citrus pleasure for? He refreshes my soul. All right. We're going to have that verse scrolling across the bottom of your screen. He refreshes my soul, Psalm 23:3. And our theme today is going to be kind of a simple one. I thought I'd pull it back just a little bit. And we're actually only going to use 2 eyeshadow colors. So I'm just calling this a quickie 2-color look. You can do all of this with any set of colors that you would like. Today I have kind of a light yellow and a purple, but you could use this with any light and medium dark kind of color. We just need a little bit of contrast between the two. The closer that you bring those colors in intensity to each other, the less kind of impact that you'll have. The farther that they are from each other in intensity, the more impact that you'll have. So just depends on what kind of a look you're trying to do. So we are going to start with our Urban Decay All-Nighter Primer. And remember, this is 1 pump will do ya. So we're going to get that between our fingers there. And you're going to put this any place where you need to smooth out fine lines and wrinkles, or where maybe your foundation doesn't adhere as good as you would like, be it dry skin or oily skin or combo skin. I also like to make sure I get around the edge of the lips with that because it helps your lipstick to wear better. All right, we're just going to get that all over the place around the eye. You're going to use a gentle touch. All right, we are good to go with that now. Want to make sure that you got your tissue in your lab, that you are ready to wipe off whatever accidents may occur. Now we're going to move to our concealer. This is the Bye Bye Under Eye from IT Cosmetics. This is the shade 11, Light Nude. And I do have my chat up here, so feel free to ask any questions. I will not be able to type it back to you, but I certainly will ask it while we're live on the podcast. So we're going to be using just a little ribbon of this concealer, and that is going to go wherever you have something you want to conceal. So that could be a darkness, that could be a redness, could be a hyperpigmentation, maybe an acne scar. For me, it's a little bit of all of that. Well, really not so much the acne scar, but right, definitely the redness. I don't have rosacea, but I do have a redness happening. All right, so we're gonna let that sit there for just a second because that does better when it warms up to your body temperature. So we're gonna let that be there for just a second while we talk. How did your coloring go last week? Are you just loving all those coloring pages in our coloring book? I am. In fact, I need to do a video because I haven't done one lately of the coloring pages. I'll try to make a note to myself to get that done this week. So we're going to be using, a damp beauty blender. And we're just going to use the pointy end for the concealer. I like that end because it allows you to more targetly. Is that a word? Targetly. Anyways, it is now. That's okay, Webster. You can pay me later. All right. And we're just going to blend that out. This is going to cover all that redness I got happening there. And then on my nose. I think Rudolph is a distant relative. And in case you can hear any of that, it sounds like there is construction happening nearby. So any bangs, that's just what that is. Our foundation that we're going to be using today is the Fenty Beauty. This is the Pro Filter Long Wearing Matte, and this is in the shade 185. So this one, you want to make sure you give it a good shake before you use it. Mix up all that pigment with the fluid. And we're going to be using the round end of this, and we're just going to use some partial pumps. So I'm talking like about that much right there. We're going to start down the center of the face. Doesn't really matter where you start. Just get it going. And it's kind of a dabbing, blurring motion. There you go. Want to make sure you get all the way up to that lip line. And now we're going to use another little partial pump. Move to our cheek. Again, this is kind of a dabbing, blurring. Another partial pump. And we are just blending it right up to that concealer. All right, another partial pump. We're going to go right along the jawline here. And we're going to blend that out nicely to our neck so that we don't have any line of demarcation between the face and the neck. We want it to just be one seamless fluid application. There we go. Final pump, final pump. Oh, that might be too big. It's just my forehead, for goodness sakes. Just kind of dot that out. If you do get too much on there, you can use the side of the Beauty Blender to just kind of tap some off. Make sure we're blending that up nicely into the hairline. If you have long hair, you might try one of those spa headbands. I don't really have enough hair to worry about that. All right, and now our foundation is on. So let's go ahead and set that foundation, and then we'll move on to contouring. So we are going to be using the Lancome. This is the Long Time No Shine. So some things I really like about this is it comes with a puff in it. So you don't have to get anything extra. You can use a brush if you'd like. The thing I like about the puff, though, is it actually presses it into the foundation, and you don't get a lot of flyaway expensive dust in your house. Plus, I hate to dust. All right. And that was just a little bit I had left in the reservoir from yesterday. So now we're going to turn it upside down, give it a couple taps, flip it over, tap the top so it gets out of the lid. We're going to get some of that powder on there and just press it into that foundation. Moving on to our cheek. We just want to make sure every place we put that foundation has that setting powder on there so it's just nice and set. Now this does have a little bit of oil control property to it, so that's one of the things I appreciate about the setting powder. If that's not your concern, you don't really, I mean, this will still do it. It's not like it's going to dry you out or anything. But it does leave a nice, I'd call it a soft matte. If you want a dewy finish from it, still a great setting powder. I would just add that dewy finish with either your highlighter or your setting spray. So we're going to set with an Urban Decay spray today, and they do have one that leaves a dewy finish. So if that is your thing, we can certainly achieve that even using the Long Time No Shine powder. So I think more than a dewy finish though, because dewy is usually like right around in here. We don't need like a oil slick happening on the whole face. So still a good product to use. All right, we are going to switch to contouring now. Going to be using the NARS bronzer. This is the Laguna 02, the original. Nice, kind of a little bit cool, kind of a hybrid between a cool and a warm. We're going to be using this It Cosmetics brush that is actually a foundation brush, but I like to use this for the bronzer, and then I use this one for the highlighter. So we're going to start out with the flat edge. Just give it a couple of swipes through there. Then we're going to go just above that jawbone right there. Chisel that out a little bit. Using the flat side again. Right up along the hairline there. Now we're going to use the flat side there. I guess that'd be the edge. There we go. Carving it out there underneath that jawline. Give it a little more delineation. So it looks like we have more jawline than we do. Again, still using that small edge. Give it a couple of swipes through there. Going to fine tune our nose. I like to use a little pointy tip and just kind of go over that again. All right. Now we're going to move to our highlighter. This is the MAC Double Gleam Extra Dimension Skin Finish. And Double Gleam is the name of that shade. So we're going to use this part of the brush. We're going to hit the top of those cheekbones and right beside the temple there. And then we're also going to go down the center of the face. Want to make sure you're hitting the Cupid's bow right there. All right, onward to the blush to complete our contouring. We're going to be using the Juvia's Place. This is the Blush Volume 4. Absolutely love these two shades. Today, because of what we're going to be doing, we're going to be using this top one right here, the darker of the two. These are both beautiful shades. Pardon me as my eye is watering, whatever's in the air in our ridiculously hot Texas heat we have today. So we're just going to take this blush brush. We're going to tap it a couple of times lightly in there because these are very highly pigmented. So we're going to go between that bronzer and that highlighter. And then just up the side of the temple there. Again, just tap, tap. Between that bronzer and that highlighter. Up along that forehead there. And you literally, I don't even know that you need to tap it for the nose and the chin. Because we don't need any like, Rudolph thing. That's the second time I referred to Rudolph today. Okay. We are going to set our contouring aside. It is time to say our verse together. So you can see it scrolling across the bottom of your screen down there. He refreshes my soul, and that is from Psalm 23:3. So let's move on to our lips now. Oh, I'm super excited to share this shade with you. So one of my favorite colors that I have I'm not sure if it was being discontinued or if we were just discontinuing carrying it, but I absolutely love the Black Magic line from Woma. And this particular one we had it, it was going out of our store. And so let me show you this beautiful color. Can you see that? The whole Black Magic line is this gorgeous selection of, I'm thinking it was like 6 maybe, lipsticks that all have this gorgeous glitter shimmer in them. So we're going to start out with a NYX Suede liner, and this is in the shade Amethyst, I believe. Yep. And so I don't have my pencil sharpener, and so let me grab my pencil sharpener. If you don't have a sharpener you love, let me tell you, this little bad boy right here, I love. It has the case that snaps on, does multiple sizes of liner sharpenings, and everything stays intact. You don't end up with little cruddy things all over your desktop or your tabletop or your sink or whatever. Love it. Okay, so now we're going to line our lips. We're going to work right along the edge of that lip line. I do not like the way the over line looks. I mean, it's like, seriously, you can see where your lip ended. So it's a little ridiculous to me, but do what you want. If you feel like your lips are too small, overline just a little bit. All right. And now we're going to take that pencil. We're going to go just to the inside of that line that we just did, and we're going to line it a little bit lighter pressure. Just blend it out a little. All right, there we go. Now wait till you see this lipstick. I'm telling you, it's amazing. There's never a time where I wear a Black Magic lipstick where someone does not say, "Oh my gosh, your lips are so beautiful." Okay. And you're going to put your lipstick all the way over that liner that you just created. We don't want to see any liner peeking its way out. Nice. Is that not beautiful? All right, so as if that wasn't fun enough, let's move on to our 2-color look today. Now we're going to continue on using, last week we did the unboxing of the Afro Galactic palette from Juvia's Place. So we're going to continue on with that today with our 2-color look. So today we are going to be using Spirit, this one right here, and then we're going to be using Discovery, this one right here. Now with this Afro Galactic palette, there's also some liquid liners that come with it. So this one right here is called Unique. So I don't know, may or may not be just kind of adding a little touch of that. So let's start out with our all over shadow brush, which is technically a concealer brush, but you know. All right, and that is this one here from It Cosmetics, and I don't know, it says Love Beautifully. It says number 212 Essential Concealer. Okay, but I like this one. So you're going to use that in your lighter color, whatever palette you are using, whatever color you're using, the lighter color that you have, and we're just going to go over the whole lid with this one color. We want to make sure we get all the way to the inside there. I know this color is so crazy. It's so glittery, and in the palette it looks a little bit yellow, and I mean it does have kind of a yellow hint to it, but it's just very beautiful. Also, yellow is my happy color. I don't know what it is about the color yellow, but when I see it, I just cannot help but smile. I don't know. Maybe not so much on a car, but you know what I'm saying. All right, we're going to get the other eye. Don't worry about any fallout. We'll catch it in a minute. And again, we're just going over the whole lid with this one color. Make sure you get all the way down to the lash line there. Okay, worried about fallout? Grab your fluffy brush and you're just gonna swoop it out. And now you're good. Okay, little eye dabbing again. Thank you, allergies. Now we're gonna use actually the same brush. We're gonna pay special attention to this flat side here, right? And we're going to use the Discovery, which is kind of a purpley fuchsia sort of color. But whatever you have chosen as your medium dark, you'll do this with it as well. So we're just going to give a couple of passes with that flat side on the shadow. So it looks like this. And we're going to work from the outside corner in. So here we go. Outside corner, just kind of tap it down and work in, starting against the lash line about halfway. Then we're going to take it and turn it. And we're just going to work it like this. Now, this is a matte, but you can see when you add that on top of something that has such a nice glittery shimmeriness to it, it adopts that glitter shimmery. So nice. All right. If you need to tap it in again, just give it a little so we can get that corner going really nice. All right. Now we're going to tap it in, give it 2 good taps, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Going to give it one more little tap so we can catch this outside a little bit. So we've just kind of made a whoop kind of shape with that. Okay, now if you feel like you need to do anything, we haven't used the other side of this yet. So you can go back and add a little bit of that lighter and just kind of tap it over that edge there. Nice. All right. So let's actually do our liner next. So we are going to grab our Juvia's Place. This is the Nubian liner in Kajal, which is a nice, beautiful black color. I like this because it's retractable. No sharpening necessary. And we are going to line from the outside corner to just about where you ended that purple color or whatever your dark medium color is. There we go. And I do see a little bit of fallout, so whoop, whoop. And now we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. Okay, let me try it this way. There we go. Make sure you've got them about the same darkness, thickness of line, going and finishing at about the same spot. Okay. Now we're going to take our eyeliner brush. This is a MAC. I have no idea what number it is, but any eyeliner brush will do. And we're going to use it and drag it through the eyeshadow like this, very gently, with that dark medium color that you have. So just give it a couple passes. And just work that over that liner that you just did. All right. Nice. So I mentioned that we were going to be using this little bad boy. And this is, let me see what the actual name of it is, Juvia's Place Afro Galactic Glitter Liner. And this shade is Unique, which is kind of a nice little purpley color. So you do not have to do this part. You could stop right here and then skip straight to the eyebrows. So whatever your pleasure, you can do that. So I will show you what this looks like. So you can see it's just got a nice liner brush, and we're just going to use that right here and connect that to our black liner. Ah, so pretty. Okay, I think I'm not going to add any to the bottom. I'm just going to go right there. So to give that a minute to dry, we're going to move to our brows. Now, if you don't have fashion color like me, you're probably using something perfectly normal and respectable like the Benefit brow products. So please do that. Because I have colored hair, I am going to be using the Urban Decay. This is the 24's Ever Glide On lip pencil. It's okay. It's for your face. This is in the shade Jilted. And so with this product, you're going to use it if you have fashion colored hair and you use something other than an actual brow product, it's okay. So we're going to be using that in the brow, and you're going to use it just like it was a regular old brow pencil. So we're just going to use short strokes. Follow that brow around. And then fill in the top. Here we go. Now let's move to the other brow. Okay, are they kind of even? Looks like this one's a little smaller. Give or take. So then we want to make sure that we have this look as natural as a fuchsia brow can look. So we're going to take our spoolie and we're just going to brush that. Make sure we get the hairs worked, that everything is nice and blended out, that we don't have any naked spots in there. Hair's going the right direction. If you do not love your brows, come see my girl Olivia. I know I saw yesterday she had a few appointment openings this weekend. She can do any kind of facial waxing. She can set your brows for you. She can wax your brows for you. Totally give you the hookup. So if you don't know how to do a brow, she can teach you how to do a brow, show you the right products for your particular brow. So come see Olivia. Oh, one of the things she does, if God gave you great brows, God bless you. She also does a lamination. So if you hate the whole business of shaping your brow and brushing it the right way and all that, come get your brows laminated. Let me tell you, we've had several people in our store, our associates get their brows laminated and they love it because you don't have to do anything. And if you get it tinted and laminated, you don't got to do nothing. So Some of us, though, did not get given great brows, and so that's not an option for us. But if that's your gift, run with it. Okay, so now we are going to finish our eye with our Better Than Sex liquid eyeliner. You can hear those balls shaking in there. Just give that a little bit of a shake so everything mixes up nicely. I store this one upside down so that the tip is always its moistest. Okay, so we are going to start from the outside. Right along that lash line. We're going to put lashes on in just a minute, and this is going to help prevent us from having any like visible gap when those lashes get applied. Okay, nice. Now we may need to add a little bit of that liquid eyeliner now that I'm looking at it, because it might get covered by the lash line. So today we are going to be using the Juvia's Place lashes. This is in the style of Biba in the Nubian Lash. Love this one. It has, you can see that it's a little inconsistent. You've got different lengths going on. I love that because it gives you a more natural look, because all your lashes aren't exactly the same length. That's right. That's the Juvia's Place Nubian Lash. Okay, so we're going to be using since I already have the lashes trimmed, remember, trim from the outside edge, I'm just going to be using the velour tool. I'm going to pull each lash off the tray from the outside edge. And then we're going to hold it. We're going to take our Allure 18-hour lash glue. And this has kind of like a paddle thing. You're going to apply that to the top of the lash, right on that band. And then there's a little bit of a flat on the back side, so you're going to put it along that flat part as well. Making sure that we're catching both the outside corners really well. We're going to set that one down, pick up the other one, making sure that you don't get them out of order for which is the inside edge. All right. Again, we're going to go across that top edge, and I see there's a traveler. There we go. So again, the top of that lash line, along the back side of that lash line. And then making sure we pay special attention to the outside corners. Okay, you can set that one down. Close your lash glue. Set the box aside that came in. Now we're gonna go back to the first, oh, you know what? Totally botched it. Do you know what I don't have on? I do not have on mascara. Well, that's okay. We're going to do it a little bit backwards today. Here we go. So we're going to grab that first lash. I mean, you can do it this way too. It doesn't really matter. And we're going to set it. Well, let's let it dry for a second because that was kind of quick. Just wait it a little bit. We're going to set it right along that lash line. I set the middle down first. Then I work the outside edge. Then I grab the inside edge. And you're just putting it right on that liner line that we just made with that Too Faced liner. And when I don't have mascara on, you can definitely see the difference that a good pair of lashes does for your eyes. That's amazing, isn't it? All right. Then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to set it down in the middle. And we're going to walk around the outside edge. We're going to get that inside edge. Put that right on that liner line that you made with that Too Faced. We're just going to make sure that we've got it all nestled nicely. Okay. We're going to give that a second to dry down. And since I forgot to put the mascara on first, we're going to do that second. We're going to be using the KVD full sleeve. And this is because my lashes are blonde or really light colored. You don't want to be able to see them. And also at this point in time, I have no bottom lashes. So we want to make sure that we even out the playing field for our lashes there. So we're going to give that just a second. And then this new mascara from KVD is a tubing mascara. So for me today, we're just going to be kind of careful that I'm only getting it on my lashes. There. And we're just going to be using one coat on the top lashes because we just need to kind of color them so they blend in. All right. I got a little eye water going on. There we go. We're going to grab our mirror now and get those bottom lashes. For me, for some reason, this is a little hard to do when I already have the lashes on. So we'll see how this goes today. All right. Let's switch to the other side now. All right. Now we're going to take our little bullet that we've got here. And I see that I touched my mascara wand to my face just a little bit. So I'm going to put just a little bit of that long time no shine on it. And erase that. And any fallout of any glitter pieces, you can get that with this as well. And actually, it looks like the glitter liner held up pretty well in there. So your call whether or not you want to add another little layer of that on here. I think I'm pretty happy with it though. So I think I'll leave it like it is. I like the way that it has accentuated the corner of that. That's awesome. Okay, so now we have our verse one more time. Again, you can see that scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Our verse for today is, He refreshes my soul, Psalm 23, verse 3. Actually, it's a verse for the week, not just for today. Okay, so now that we've got everything completed, we've got it the way we want it, we are going to set our makeup. I am using the Urban Decay D-Slick. We talked a little bit earlier about how if you wanted a dewy finish, go ahead and use the other setting spray that they have that's going to give you a little bit of a glow. You've got sunscreen primers, you've got oil control, you've got hydrating. I mean, just take your pick. Especially Urban Decay, you're in some great hands. One of the finest mist, if you like a really fine mist, that I have is going to be the Benefit setting spray. Really like that one too. They call that one Texas proof. All right, so give it a little bit of a shake. Tip your head back. And just let that set itself. Gonna let that dry down nicely. All right. Well, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. It has been great to be with you. I'm going to get the verse from scrolling across the bottom, and we're going to have a little bit of a review. So this is episode 28. I know, can you believe it? So let's look at our verses together. Let me get over to our screen there. Here we go. We are going to start out with verse from our very first episode. There we go. The grass withers and the flowers fade, but the word of the Lord endures forever. And that was 1 Peter 4, 24 and 25. 1 Peter 1, 24 and 25. Sorry. All right. And then we've got, I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. That is Philippians 4:13. Again, when I hear that one, that's from a song. And then we've got God's grace is all you need. That is 2 Corinthians 12:9. God, be strong and courageous, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. Again, that's from another Vacation Bible verse song. Then we've got the Lord is my strength and my song. Exodus 15:2. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice. And that one comes Psalm 118:24. Then we've got the moon and the stars you set in place. Psalm 8:3. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Psalm 34:8. Let me get over here. There we go. Psalm 34:8. All right. And let us not grow weary of doing good, but in due season we will reap. We will reap if we do not give up. There we go. Galatians 6:9. Then we move to Proverbs. She is clothed with dignity or strength and dignity, and she laughs without fear of the future. Proverbs 31:25. Great is the Lord and worthy of praise, or most worthy of praise. Psalm, oh my goodness, the address of that one. Great is the Lord and worthy of praise. Psalm 96:4. I have written your name in the palms of my hands. Isaiah 49:16. We have this hope as an anchor for the soul, and that was Hebrews 6:19. Yeah, good. Yay. All right, this one's a little bit of a long one. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is pure, whatever is just, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, anything worthy of praise, think on these things. Philippians 4:8. I may have got them out of order a little bit, but it's all the content is there. Okay, kind words are like honey, sweet to the soul. Proverbs 16:24. Be the light. Matthew 6:16. We are the salt of the earth. Matthew 5:13. Wait, 5:16 and then 5:13. Yeah, I knew they were right close to each other. Okay, set your mind on things above. And that one comes from Colossians 3:2. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Proverbs 3:5. The word of the Lord endures forever. 1 Peter 1:25. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Joshua 24:15. Under his wings, you will find refuge. And that was from Psalm, that's one with the chicken picture. Psalm 91:4. Serve one another with love. And that's Galatians 5:13. Then we've got, hold on. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord. Jeremiah 17:7. And then pray more, worry less. Matthew 6:34. I liked this one here, the graphic to it. Act justly, love mercy, walk humbly with God. Micah 6:8. And this is a verse from last week. There will be showers of blessing. Ezekiel 34:26. And then let me get that off of here. And then we have our verse from this week where we're working on, he refreshes my soul, Psalm 23:3. So woo, you have made it through 28 verses so far. If you're just catching on with us, no worries. Just pick up where we are and, move on from there. what matters is that you are working towards it, and that you continue to be diligent about hiding God's word in your heart. So again, all of our verses are coming from the Word and Color coloring book. That is going to give you a coloring journal of our entire first season together. So make sure that you are getting on that you're coloring each sheet. Some of them take a little bit longer than others, but this one I think will be pretty easy for you this week. So let me get that off my screen there. We're going to go over here. And let me send you off with a little bit of a blessing today. So the Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and give you peace. Oh, the word countenance is in there somewhere. Hold on. The Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you peace. There we go. And that one's coming from Numbers 6, 24, 26. So let me get that off the screen there. So let us pray out this morning. Here we go. Heavenly Father, I just thank you so much for our time together today, for those who have joined me online today, for those who will join online later, for those who will catch this podcast on whatever platform they're on. Father, I just pray a special blessing on them this week, that they would work diligently to memorize these verses, that they would hide them in their hearts, so they would be ready to go, accessible to encourage others and to encourage themselves. Father, we know this is part of the armor of God. So help us to put on that armor today with our verse this week. So Father, we just pray again, bless them and help them to just have a wonderful day and a wonderful week until we see them again. So God Almighty, it is so great to spend time with you. I look forward to seeing you next week. Catch me online. Show me some pictures of what you got. I can't wait to see what colors you use for this look this week. Goodbye. We'll see you next week. God bless.